With us now, South Dakota Senator Mike Rounds, also a member of the Armed Services and Appropriations Committees. Good morning, Senator. Great to have you. The president not giving up on his no tax on overtime proposal. What do you make of that, and where does this bill stand overall?
We're moving in the right direction. We hope to have a motion to proceed to the bill yet late this evening. Don't know if we'll make it. We've got to get all of the bird bathing out of the way first, but we're making progress. Moving in the right direction, and then we've still got to get everybody on board, which means a lot of the concerns that have been expressed will still have to be worked through. That's happening right now. They were working on it again yesterday. I think we'll get there in a reasonable fashion. The best scenario would be to have a motion to proceed this evening after our vote on the War Powers Act that Senator Kaine has teed up for us. Once that's been completed, if we don't get on that, if we vote it down, we could have the opportunity for a motion to proceed to the actual reconciliation bill itself, at which time we've got up to 20 hours of debate before we start unlimited amendment process. I suspect Republicans would probably give back most of their 10 hours and try to get right into the amendment process sometime tomorrow.
Obviously, it's dubbed the one big beautiful bill, and it is big. And in terms of that, I wanted to dive into a couple of the elements, if I can, with you, Senator. The president also explaining how the big beautiful bill would address specifically illegal migration and the fentanyl crisis. Watch.
Our bill provides billions and billions of dollars to stop fentanyl and other illicit narcotics. We're also charging other countries like Mexico, Canada, and China billions of dollars in taxes that we put on because they've allowed people that are selling fentanyl to go through their countries, or in the case of China, they send it here, and paying a lot of money at least, but would rather stop it. I think we're doing a big job of that, but would rather stop it. And other illicit narcotics pouring across the border and stealing more American lives.
Are you seeing bipartisan support for maybe certain elements, if you will, of this bill, things like enforcing legal migration or cracking down on fentanyl?
To be honest with you, the reconciliation process is primarily a Republican process. Democrats are not expected to vote for it, whether they agree with it or not. The overall bill, they won't vote for. And so you work with the individuals that you have a possibility of getting on board to vote for the final bill. We know that in the Senate, because of the bird bath process, it takes 51 votes to pass the bill. At worst case scenario, it would be 50 Republican members plus the vice president to break the tie. We think we'll get 51 or more in the final bill, but there won't be any Democrats that will support it. They may very quietly, and a number of them have quietly come in and said, hey, can you maybe add something over here, or can you put something in that would make the bill better when you get it passed? So there's a recognition that we're probably going to be able to get this put into law, and those colleagues who will work across the aisle will make suggestions, but we all know that they can't vote for the bill. So you take their advice, you listen to what they have to say, and if we can make the bill better in that respect, we will, but it'll be Republicans actually getting it done.
There does seem to be a few Republican holdouts who are very vocal. So how likely is it that the bill makes it to the president's desk by July 4th?
You know, there's a pretty good possibility. On the Senate side, we're very close to having our team put together. There are some things that have got to be resolved yet, and you have to respect each member's concern. Senator Thune has done literally a great job of keeping people kind of in the boat and working through the issues. We don't have the real anger that you've sometimes seen on the House side. We're quietly getting things done behind the scenes, which is the way that it really works the best in the Senate. There are concerns out there with one member maybe disagreeing what another member has suggested they want to have in the bill. We'll work those through one at a time. That's what's happening today. It's what happened late last night yet. When we get done with it, we'll have 51 votes in the Senate. There's a couple of folks that have made it very clear that they just simply aren't going to support the bill for philosophical reasons. You have to respect that, but you've still got to be able to get to the 51 votes. We'll get there. And when that happens, we'll get it to the House. We think we respected most of the concerns that they had expressed. There will be some disagreements, and at that point, then House leadership will have to sit down with them and say, look, this is probably the best we're going to get between the two. Let's take it. Let's go with it. Because if we don't, This Tax Cuts and Jobs Act is so critical for the long-term benefit of our economy. And if we don't pass it, the American people will see, on average, at least for my people in South Dakota, about a $2,400 tax increase next year. We don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
And so let's fix this. Let's get the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act back in. Let's get the president the funds he needs to rebuild our defense, and let's move forward.
Absolutely. Watching for that all weekend long today, again, all weekend long, and what, again, could unfold within the Senate. We appreciate the time of U.S. Senator Mike Rounds joining us. Thank you for that.